Very good morning. I'm continuing with the same domain with a same toolbar but different commands. So I will start with the second command in the profile toolbar is rectangle. So select the rectangle. Now when I'm selecting the rectangle, see over here a dialog box is appearing which simply gives us information what to do or what a system requires. So select any corner point and select the second corner point, so the rectangle is generated. I'll repeat once again. Select the rectangle symbol, specify the first corner point and specify the second corner point. So in this way we generate rectangle. Now the next part in the rectangle is the simple oriented rectangle. Now select this oriented rectangle. See what happened. It simply says select the first point, select the second point and simply select the third point. If I compare this command with this one, for this command we required only 2 points, one over here and second one over here. But for this particular one we required 3 different points. One, that is first is this, second is this and third is this. Again when I compare this with this, what you find a difference? You find the simple parallelism between these two lines. Similarly a parallelism between these two lines, the symbol over here, and this is a perpendicularity between this line and this one. Now see one more command in this one, that is this one, that is again parallelogram. Now see, specify the first point, specify the second point and similarly specify the third point. Now again question arising over here, if these three are used for drawing a rectangle, then why we simply differentiate this? That's one rectangle, simple oriented rectangle, and third one is parallelogram, because each command is having a different selection. Like this ones, for example, here we required the 2 points, here we required a 3 points, and here also we required a 3 points. But compare over here, here we have the 90° always, but here do not have such provision. Means I can simply oriented in any angle this particular one, but here we get only a rectangle which is having the angle of 90°. So this is a major difference between 1, 2. Clear? Okay, now let's move for the next one. The next part is simply the elongated hole. Now for elongated hole, what system requires? The first center point and the second center point, and finally it requires its distance from the center to its top edge. See, from the center to its top edge. Okay, how to give dimensions? Can we modify the dimensions? All those questions are arising in your mind right now, but don't worry, I will give you a clarification how to change the dimensions, how to provide the dimensions in my upcoming videos. Now this is clear about elongated hole. Okay, I will repeat once again. Select the first center point, select the second center point and select its distance from this particular center to this particular edge. See, so in this way we can create the elongated hole. Okay, after this I will move for the next one. This is elongated hole. After this the next one is cylindrical elongated hole. Again select this one. Now see what the system requires. Define center to center arc. Means first define the center point of the circle C, then define its edge or any point on the circle. Click over here. Now then define the last or maybe the second point of arc. Now define its length or distance. See. So in this way we can create the cylindrical elongated hole. I repeat, how many steps are required? The first, the second, the third and fourth. If I compare this with this one, here we required 1, 2 and 3. This is I call as maybe a planar, and this is called as cylindrical. Because of cylindrical we required few more points as compared to this one. Clear? Okay. I'll move for the next one. That is this one, a keyhole profile. Select this one. The system demands the start point. Then it asks you to define the center of the small radius, provide the small radius and provide the radius for the larger one. So in this way we can come up with the keyhole. See, the selection is very important. In my previous selection I was first select this point, then second this, so as a result I'll generate this profile. Now I reverse my selection. The first one over here, the second one over here, this is the small radius and this one is the larger radius. So its profile is depends upon your selection. If you select the first bottom point and select the second top, you will get this profile, and if your selection is reverse, you will get this profile. So keep it in mind, depending upon your selection you generate your profile. Okay, the next simple is hexagonal. Select the center and you can come up with hexagon. If you want you can change the angle over here. So it is a simple one, so I'm not going in detail. Okay, fine. Okay, let's see the last two in this particular rectangle command. The first one is centered rectangle and second one is centered parallelogram. So these two simply indicates a center is required, and across the center it gives us a simply equal distances. Okay, so select the first one. It simply defines to create such a rectangle, select any point or center. Okay, I am selecting the origin as a center and see what happened. It simply gives us a symmetry across this particular original center. It may be in horizontal direction, it may be in vertical direction. So that is the centered rectangle. Okay, I will come up with once again. If I am selecting this as a center, so we'll get the same. Only a rectangle for this particular rectangle, center point is essential. Say okay. Now last one is centered parallelogram. Select this. The system demands select the first point, system demand select the second point, and see when this point, this line and this line coincide at this particular point. So by considering this point as a center, the system generate a centered parallelogram like this. See, parallelogram, two edges or two lines are parallel with each other, that is a difference. So I hope this rectangle command is very much clear to all of you.